Right, live. No swearing, Ash, please. Okay, it's taken me about an hour to get this set up. The camera was jibbing out. Every time I try and go live, I've got it all set up nicely, but yeah, anyway, let's go on. I've got a lot of repairs. I don't know if I'm going to be able to... look at them all, they just go off into the distance. So, first things first, let's revisit one of these. This is a A520F with the classic USB-C charge port. I don't know if that's going to focus. If there's anyone rich watching this channel, I need a GoPro and I'm poor. Just a hint. Anyway, let's have a look under the camera. Okay, let me focus this. We'll switch over to... where are we at? Switch over to Microscope. And yeah, so... I know what's happened here. Bear with me a sec. Let's switch back to here. Okay, 2 seconds, just going to switch over to Microscope. For some reason, this keeps resizing itself. Lord, what's it sound like, mate? Can you hear me? Hear me now. Okay, right. Leord is browsing. Scrolling through Facebook, see my face, and then went, no, not today, gang. Okay, so yeah, you can see here on the tracks, I think I counted 17, might be wrong, can't be bothered to test them again. Count them again, sorry. Let's get this down on the desk so I can actually... So most repair shops are going to just pass this up, which I don't blame them. Because when the USB-C on this one fails, you can see how badly it fails. Some leeway here. Is that all focused in? Sweet. So you can see this point here, and there's another point opposite that. That is an anchor point that's being torn out of the board, and then you've got all of these spaces here. They should look like this. These are tracks. Now these have been ripped out of the board, so this is going to need track replacement. Now obviously normally you'd only get 1, 2, 3, 4 tracks, so it's probably worth paying for it. I mean, if we were charging per track, you know, this could be a really expensive job. Luckily we've still got these, so as far as soldering the new USB-C down should be okay. Then the issue we've got here is because these are going to be loose, it's going to do exactly the same thing again. Now it's going to do exactly the same thing again anyway over time, just because it's a rubbish design of USB-C. They've not, I mean, this here is not enough ground to be able to anchor this down. This should be, you know, this sort of area here, or like this. You know, I don't know why this is like that and this is like that. It's just ridiculous. But this is a known fault on these A520s. This is how they've made these cheap. So the only issue we've got here is this via, is whether I can get a connection to that via to there. But I'm going to do track replacement on this one anyway. And we're going to epoxy this, and we're just going to see where we go with it. I don't think I'm going to be offering this service in the future. I'm going to see how well this one... I haven't had any of the ones that I've done back, but they're time consuming, and the phone's only worth about 120 quid. So this is more for just purposes of a video that I'm doing it, and the person's lucky enough to get that. As for a repair, I don't think we'll be offering this in the future, because every single time I take one of these off, they look good, and then we take it off, and nearly every... I mean, this is the worst. This has only got 1 track left. These maybe are connected, but out of 17 we've got 1, you know. which isn't great. I think this one was there earlier, but then I literally moved it and it came off. This is the important one here. This is the power rail. So I might have to put some extra bits on that. So yeah, we'll see how we go anyway. Where we at? Yes, you can hear me. Nice. Oh, cool. Oh yeah, I was stabbing myself with it earlier. There we go. So yeah, let's get on with this and breeze through it. I need to expose these tracks. Zoomed in a bit more. I don't know where this one goes. I haven't got the schematic, so that might be a real issue. That might be some sort of data connection that detects whether it's been connected or not. Oh my god, that man's taking a knife to that board! Yeah, I am. Looks like this is a via. Looks like these two are connected at the same place. I also wanted to see how quick I could do this, so that's what it comes down to, time. Okay, that's all done. Okay, first things first, let's attack this via here. You can see the little dot. Okay, so we're going to zoom right into this mofo. I'm going to try not to touch that. Where's my soldering iron? Okay, we're going to have to use the pencil. Oh, you penile. Alright, I get it. Just swapping over. Okay, let's get these ready. Yeah, that's on. If in doubt, touch it with your hand. So yeah, I'm just going to get the micro pencil and see if we can attach that via there. I might have to dig down into the board to get to it. Oh, I think that might be it. Let's clean that up, have a look. The problem with the vias is they're not meant to be soldered to, so what happens... No. Yeah, what happens is they'll just disappear and then gone forever. There are little holes through the board. Unfortunately, all of these new boards have got like 50 odd layers. That's an exaggeration, but the trouble is you go down too far and you hit another layer. And when you hit the other layer, that's a different track, it's a different part of the board. So trying to get this to focus is a pain in the ass. Now, I highly doubt this is a double vias. Any solder to stick to that. Go on, solder. Be the fact that it's just sitting below the surface of the board, so even though it looks like I'm actually touching it, I'm not. So it feels like the soldering iron's kind of eating away. There we go, look at that, look at that. So now this is going to be a double track. So what I'm going to do is attach this and then leave it extended and then bring it back round to the feet. This is tedious work. So we need to what I'm going to be doing to grab this further down. Oh, I've lost myself. Okay, let me have a look at the micro tweezers, see how micro they are underneath here. Okay, let's go back to the micro tweezers, even though they're not micro. Problem with the soldering irons is we need good thermal mass and transfer, and the pencil is really good for those tiny veers and stuff, but that's about it. Okay, that looks good. Okay, so that's, don't need to be that zoomed in. And what we're going to do, I think, so now we've done the hard one. I'm going to go along and just see if we can put some tracks. In fact, actually, we'll try it a different way. Let's tin these up, and then I'm going to fit the port, and then we'll just attach directly to the port. Okay, so that's all tinned up. Just got to go back and do one that I spotted that I missed. And all we're doing is pulling the mask off, so nothing too drastic. All of the board under is copper anyway. There you go. Okay, that's that prepared. Shocking design this is. I mean, the charge port itself, really high quality. The attaching to the board, just, you know, what the hell. Let's switch back over to this. seems really dark. It looks like I'm going to have this in a board, which is a shame, because it kind of hangs over where the board is. I'm going to do these feet at the end by hand. Come on. Okay, so it's got plenty of solder on that side, so that should keep it in place. And then what we'll do is we'll mix some epoxy maybe to keep the other feet in. I'll have to have a look at the design of the board. Okay. Let's sort this out. Probably going to need a bit of an angle on this, so I'm just going to prop the back of this board holder up. I think what we're going to do, I'll zoom. Okay, let's switch over, let's see what that looks like. There you go. Just want to kind of get a sweet spot. Okay, so this first two, I'm going to just try and bend over. No phrasings there or anything. Smaller set. Oh, that's the small tweezers, that is. Jesus. so we're going to try and bend this one round without trying to break it. We yeah, I don't think I'm going to approach this method. We'll just attach. Yeah, we'll just attach these as we go, I think. There we go. Okay, so I think that's going to be enough. So where we at? We've got that. Oh, I can't even see Facebook anymore. There we go. Okay, so the trick is just attach that one. Attach that one. So that actually looks like it's attached. So what we can do, get our next. I watched Mark Schaefer do this the other day, and he's like a bloody ninja. Where's that thing? Yeah, that's all right. Yes, please. I've got a drawer for it. They've all got various problems, like water not being charged. Most of them are the kids have got passwords and they can't remember it, they don't remember their iPads, they can't get their iPads in, so they'll just be blanks and set up a constellation. Without the iCloud, yeah, no, that's what I thought, but it's just... Yeah, unless you can, you know the email address. It's convenient, a lot of people have an old email address, that's the trouble. We've just sold it. Oh, my hand's in a razor. good. If you can get the old one forwarded, you can do it. Yeah, so for instance, the BT email that you had that you've not got access to, if BT can set up a forwarding address for you, then you'll be able to reset it, because it would go through that to then the new one that you reset. Yeah, the glass ones. Okay, so where are we at? Okay, so we've done 5 so far. So what I'm going to do is just drop a bit of alcohol on it. Okay, so far so good. Okay, so we're going to skip that one. If I don't slip my wrists live on camera. Alright, cheers. Where's my point of reference? There it is. That's a good one. That one done. I'll give it a rest. Well, we didn't have the lead. Okay, so that's connected down there. Sweet. I'll cut this off the track. Don't know where that one goes. No. George May joined. Okay, I'm going to leave this one here, turn it up. I don't know if that one goes there. Okay, so let's try and get that one to there. Problem we've got with the focus is, as soon as I press it, it goes out of focus. Just try and get a bit more on that. We'll just bring that up there. I'll just get a new bit. Put the knife down. Oh, too far. Well, we're nearly at the end. Yeah. Right, let me just move this scalpel. I'm playing with fire here. And the thing is sharp. Like super sharp. Like you could breathe next to it and it would cut you. Okay, that's that there. Let's get some more. That's that. Okay, that's good. Stop these from talking. Yeah, I'm going to cut that one there, I think. If I can get in there. I don't think I'm going to be able to get in there to cut that.
Got a 5SE screen here. Do you want me to have a little bash?
It worries me when you say, do you want me to have a bash?
I just want to check before I just dive in and have a go. I'm feeling confident.
You're feeling confident? That's what I want to hear.
I'm feeling confident.
Yeah.
I just want to check, do you feel confident in me?
Do I feel confident in you? I wouldn't have hired you, mate, if I didn't feel confident in
Do
you.
they use the 5S screens?
Yes. So I would check the one in the, I think there's one in a brown sleeve. Yeah, that one there. I use the other one to that and I know it works, so. I know the supplier we had, some of them don't work with the SEs, but we've tried to phase them out, so hopefully in the future all of them will work. So if it doesn't, there's only going to be a few in there that's going to be an issue. Yeah, the low quality ones don't work. Okay, let's continue. You alright, Dad? George May. Right. can't even see if that hair is actually trapped in there. Where are we at? There we go. Nope, it's not. I'm not holding it anymore. So, how many have we got to do? We've got 5. But these look like... I'm not going to say it because that'll be cursed. But it should be quicker than the rest. If anybody knows where I can buy Tony Stark's helping hands from, that would be awesome. Okay, where are we at? That's pretty good. Okay, let's tin these up. Okay, probably shouldn't have had that coffee before the live stream. Maybe should have eaten. I got a heart, shake your hand, man. Some more flux on that. Oh, it's still hot. Oh, there's my end of the flux. This up. so that's looped over on itself. Oh, it is attached still. Apologise for the focus on this, it's terrible. Now I'm going to try and focus that as I hold it down. This one's brown, so let's get a big berth on we go. Okay. So then all we've got to do is go back and do those two that I'm pretty sure aren't connected. Okay, so that's the I think that's the last of the tracks. Okay, that looks pretty connected. Okey-dokey. Right, not the neatest work, but let's tidy that up. Let's switch over to the other view, because that's just horrendous. Okay, so that looks done. I don't know, what time are we on? How long have I been streaming? Does it tell me? It doesn't tell me how long I've been streaming. Well, that's... an hour. Okay, not bad for an hour. Again, I don't think it's going to be a good use of time, but as an hourly rate goes, you could probably justify it if you can get the right amount. Now we've got this, all the tracks in place, we just need to make sure it stays down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create new ground pads, and then I'm going to epoxy it. And then we're going to check, so... by the looks of it, the ground stops there. Okay, that's just... Oh wow, okay. So that's not an option there, but it is an option here. Not an option around here, but it is around here. Okay, that's strange. So we've got nothing there, but we have here. I thought it was the opposite way around, but apparently not. Okay, sorry, you can't see that, idiot. in hindsight, seeing as that goes underneath, it might have been a good idea to trim that up first, but this isn't going to be the prettiest of connections, but oh no. Okay, so alright, let's put that down. Let's put some, because we're going to put some epoxy at this other end. Okay, so that's a fairly decent connection there. Come over here, you can see this one. Is it the water treatment?
No, it was an iPhone 6, it just says inspection, it was booked in for. It's got quite a few notes though. Random reboot, sometimes boots to OS, need to try updating. And the next note is device reboots when putting charge cable in, going to try a new charge board. And it says phone to say it looks like board problem. Happy for it to be inspected under the microscope. Customer requires a SIM though, and that's all it says.
Has it been even put into my section yet? Or has Alex? Tell her I'm live streaming at the moment. I'll give her a call back in an hour or so, but there's no updates anyway. But I'll call her back anyway to go through it. Unless she hasn't been given the update on the inspection, the microscope inspection. Okay, right. Okay, so let's clean this up here. So we've got those new points there, so that's already better than the original, and then I'm going to come and put epoxy along here. And I should, in the meantime, be able to test. So let's do that quickly. Let's switch back over. Okay, Ray, afternoon. Yes, it is a nightmare. It's a common fault with the A5, what is it? A520, because of the USB-C. It's a solid. Right, if I actually flick this back over, where are we at? Let's get that. You can see how solid those legs are. I mean, that's the original, and that's been bent. There's no way of bending this. You can see that it's actually a really, really quality charge port. So then the weak point, instead of the charge port, actually becomes the feet. And the horrible design about this is the only actual physical... Where are we at? Yeah, the only physical anchor points you've got going through the board are these two tiny little sort of nubbins on the end, which is ridiculous. And then this other section here just sits on top of the board on these tiny little pads. But anyway, I'm gonna I'm going to epoxy this back on, and I don't think that epoxy is going to be good enough. We're going to use the real deal, so the proper epoxy. It shouldn't take too long to mix up, and then I can quickly whack it back in and test it. But yeah, yeah, the problem is with it is it's not a I don't know if it's a viable repair, and not just a viable repair, it's whether it's a long-lasting repair, because that's going to get ripped anyway, just because of the nature of the port. So even if they weren't damaged, you'd replace it and it'd happen again. It's probably not even user damage, it's probably just heavy leads. So the issue that you've got is, do you take the money off the customer, fix it, and then let them damage it again? Or do you... £1 shop epoxy. Now this is the £5 stuff. But yeah, we're going to mix a tiny bit up, and just where it was connected to the board, the two outside feet, I'm just going to put a small dab either side of that. And that's the only thing we can do. Usually I've done 2 of these now, and I don't think it's going to be a repair worth doing, because the A520 is 120 quid new. So if this was, you know, the S9 or something like that, and that was the design on it, of course, yeah, this is definitely worth doing. And it's not that hard, it's just fiddly. So let's mix this up. But yeah, I don't think I'd use the B6000 on this. It doesn't set hard enough. This stuff here, this 2-part epoxy is the shiz. But I've done I think 2 or 3 of these now, and they haven't come back for any problems relating to the charge port. You know, obviously I was explicit that they do not use the phone while it's on charge, because it's a frail old lady now. Because stuff is nasty to work with. Should be wearing gloves really. Let's get this back over to the microscope. Yeah, it's not cost effective. I mean, it's taken me an hour to get to this point, so I would probably charge about 60 quid for this repair. That's, you know, getting over half the cost of the phone. Okay, so that's that. You can see how small these tiny little pads, and that's the only one at the front. This one isn't connected here. It's just there and there. So this is going to be a massive problem, you know. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to chuck some in this corner, and then chuck some in this corner. Really, this was, if I weren't doing a live stream, this would have probably gone back to the customer and said, put your money towards a new phone. But if I can do this quick enough, I will do this repair, or I'll at least offer it. You know, obviously we'll advise that probably don't go ahead with this, but this person here really wants this phone back. It's not that old. They could probably go and get, you know, a new one of these and just data transfer it. So yeah, we'll just spread this. I think that's probably about it. Let's see if that works. I'm going to learn from my mistakes and put that epoxy straight in the bin. Yeah, if it's a quiet day, I think that's probably what. If you were in London, we're not in London, we're on the Isle of Wight, so we've got a couple of shops over here, but it's not the busiest of places. But if this was London, you've got hundreds of people you're turning over every day, you wouldn't be doing this, you'd just be sending them out the door saying, you know, go get a different phone. Data recovery, if it's absolutely necessary, but you know, Wi-Fi's working, you could probably back up to a server, so there's no real reason to be able to justify it. But yeah, I think it's a... I mean, I watched Mark Schaefer do track repair on his. He must have done like 5 tracks in like 10 minutes, so I suppose if you're good enough at it, you're quick enough at it, why not? But yeah, definitely for me, for a quiet day. I think what I'm going to do is, while this epoxy sets, obviously, let's not stick this in the device. Let's see if I can just connect this and boot it. Just seeing how I can test this on live stream here. Right, I'm going to plug it in. Can I get the battery? I don't want to pull the battery out of this just for that reason. Let me just see if I've got a spare battery of this, and then we can just see if it's pulling power. Okay, so looks like we have got a J5 2017 battery here. Rick's not going to like me opening his stock, but you know, Rick ain't here. Break the rules! Open the packaging! Oh, he's done it. Does he shrink wrap this? Oh dear, I've destroyed it now. I've definitely not done that stealth. That was not a stealth operation, that. Okay, so let's send this board over here. So now I don't think I'm going to need to have this attached. My phone here.
This laptop, I'm going to stick around here, mate. It's just got Wi-Fi problems, it's not connected to Wi-Fi.
Okay. Right. Going to get rid of the okay, signal's going to be, oh, it's not. I thought it was going to be flickery. That's what I was battling with. Okay, so down at the bottom here, right, where's my, there we go, so we've got my power dongle down at the bottom, just make sure you can see that. I'm going to very, 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 very carefully attach the USB-C. And we can see that's pulling 700 milliamps. There, it's going back and forward, but I'm disconnecting that now. I don't want to put, we've got quite a thick lead here, so I don't want to be messing around with that before the epoxy sets. So yeah, we can see that one's done. So, is it worth it? How long have I been going for? An hour and 20 minutes for me to dismantle the device and retrack 17 of the tracks. How much? Classic. I've got half a receipt here, so I don't know. But, like you say, if we're not busy, why not? So with this one, I think what we're going to do is, let me get a tray, we'll shift this on and I'll move on to the next one. Okay, so we've got a Nexus 7 next. Well, we need to turn the heating off in here. It's gone from one extreme to the next. It's gone from like coats on to sweating me out. Okay. Okay, that's the data recovery. Right, let me just tidy this mess up. Yes, she's going to be very happy. So, and you know, that's part of the job as well, really, is it's not just about doing repairs. Sometimes you've got to be nice. You know, some people become attached to these devices, and most of these sort of repairs are personal to these people. That's why you get so many aggro customers kicking off, because they're already angry their devices are broke. Mostly at themselves, I'm guessing, because I know if I break something, it's more I'm angry at myself for breaking it, and then you got to pay for it. And my windscreen's got a chip in my 2-week-old car. So I'm just like angry at myself for letting a stone hit it. No control. Yeah, stone. Overtook the person in front. It's 2 weeks old. The worst thing is, I've had 7 windscreens in 2 years, and in 10 years before that, not one windscreen, and I stupidly said, never cracked a windscreen. I had the first one repaired, and then I think my new neighbour smashed it with his leg, but we won't go there. Yeah, his the one-legged man. Who, yeah, that's a story for another day. But yeah, the one-legged man smashed my first windscreen, and then I had it fixed. Drove down the road. Literally the next day, a stone chipped up off a lorry and just obliterated it. Had it changed again. 2 weeks later, it happened again. I was just like, yeah, no, no. Yeah, what have I done? What have I done? So, oh well, that's life. So yeah, Nexus 7, another probably example of, is it worth repairing? Yeah, I know. Well, you've got to laugh, because I'd cry otherwise. The worst thing was, I could have undertaken on a roundabout on the inside lane, and I thought, no, I don't like it when people do that. So I thought, I'll stay behind this guy and just plod along. It's 8 o'clock at night, I'm going back to work, I'm not in a great hurry to be there. Smash! Why didn't I overtake? Why didn't I just overtake? Oh well. So yeah, that was me being angry at myself for that, so. Let's switch over to here. Where are we at? I suppose I should actually get this in view before I just start randomly working. See, it's going melting. Let's lift it up. Nice. Flick this round so I can actually work on it properly. These are another notorious charge port. And again, what I mean, these people must be attached to this, because I wouldn't have got this repaired. This is 2013, man. This is a relic. I mean, don't get me wrong, Nexus 7, pretty good tablets. Yeah, I got an electric vehicle. How did you know? I wanted to get a Tesla, but I'm not rich. I like the idea of getting the Tesla. I wanted to get the Model 3. I thought 35,000 I could probably get that on hire purchase, run up a bill and all that jazz, but I got a Nissan Leaf, the new 2018 one, and it's awesome, I'm not going to lie. I didn't think I'd like it, but yeah, absolutely love it. 150 miles, it's awesome. Charge it up at home. It's got a bit of grunt to it as well, that's the thing. I didn't think, you know, Nissan Leaf's like an old person's car. I think it's about 8 seconds. You drive a Leaf, it's an excellent car. I got the only added bit I got to it was the Bose sound system, you know, because I clearly want to be a boy racer again. It's banging, isn't it, that sound system? And I don't have to run cables anywhere or put subs in or anything. It's awesome. But yeah, that's the only thing I'm interested in. You got the old version, the Technica. Yeah, you know, the funny thing is, I was holding out for the Model 3, and then my business partner convinced me, sent me a picture of it. I was like, oh, that's pretty nice. Model 3's not coming out for about a year and a half. Then it took about 6 months for them to make it. I thought we could just go and get one off the forecourt. But yeah, it took them about 6 months to make it, and on the delivery day, I'm not even joking, I got an email from Tesla saying, Model 3 arrives in the UK. I was like, ah, come on, man. But I don't regret it. A little bit, tiny bit, tiny little bit. But I'm guessing the backlog for the Teslas is ludicrous. And it's not as nice inside, like build-wise. But yeah, literally the day it come out. I literally sent a screenshot to my business partner. Just FML. Alright, anyway, I'm getting distracted thinking about the Tesla I'm never going to own. I'm going to pimp Ash out. Ash is going to work nights on the street. I'm going to take 20%. And I'm going to put it towards my Tesla fund. Your Tesla in like a week. It sounds like a good business plan. It sounds flawless. What could go wrong? Okay, so we're just gonna... You know what, I stupidly just about to say, saying, well, they cleared without any fuss. How long have you Leaf Spy does your battery app? No, it doesn't. You know, the funny thing is, the app's never worked. I mean, I've only had it like 3 weeks now, but I've tried the app like 5 times, and they sent me a load of, you know, notifications to reset your passwords, probably because they were hacked. But yeah, they sent me loads of requests, literally about 40. So I reset the password, and then you still can't connect. Spoke to Nissan in the UK, and they said that their app's broken, clearly, and they were migrating to a new app, and that was about a week ago. But yeah, my car's been frosted up like 2 or 3 days in a row now, and I have to go out, and it'd be awesome just to wake up and defrost it. But no, that shitty app doesn't work. Not that I mind, it takes like, you know, a few seconds to heat up, but still. Whereabouts in the UK you from, Ray? Probably asked you this before, but I have literally got the memory the size of a sieve. It's all taken up with thinking about Teslas. Let's actually get this in focus for you guys. Okay, let's try not to put the broken one back on. Come on. Okay, let's take this out. Oh, behave. Sticky flux. Okay, that's all good. At the end of this month, your app still works for the heater, etc. It won't even let me logged in. West coast of Scotland. So yeah, I'm guessing you're using it in the snow and stuff up there then. You got many charge points where you are? I've just signed up for this, is it Charge Master? Where every time you charge it up, they give you 10 points at one of their charge stations. And if you get enough points at the start of every month, you get to bid for one of their experiences, which basically means they'll lend you a car for a week. And one of the cars is the Model S, the other one's the Model X, and then you've got the BMW i8. So, and not only that, I've got my electric with OVO, and I get 3 years free for the past 7 years. Sweet. Been free. So yeah, you probably know about that then. But yeah, I've got with OVO you get 3 years Charge Master refueling, so yeah, that's a win. Well, so my missus tells me. I'm trusting her judgment. Don't know if that's a good idea or a bad idea. Probably double check the facts myself before spitting it out online. Yeah, you can do it, just go ahead. It's free. But yeah, apparently it's even free from home, but I don't know how they calculate that, so. I hate with the fake engine sound. My business partner's brother, we've got a shop, well, we've got a couple of shops, but the shop where his brother owns the one next door, he's actually got an i8 and he parks it outside every day. So yeah, that's nice to look at. I haven't even sat in it yet. I don't want to look at it, it makes me feel sick. Oh well, something to aim for, eh? But yeah, I haven't been for a spin in it, but free home. Yes, I have got I've applied for it, so I'm renting at the moment, so I was a bit dubious about getting it installed. But I found out that they do actually move them, so I thought, you know, why not? What EV are you thinking about getting next then? They've got some good ones coming out in this next year. I'm stuck with mine for 2 years now, so no Tesla for me. You never know, they might have improved all of their things they've got wrong with them, so they might actually be reliable. The insides, I've seen quite a few videos of just the general build of them is not that great. You know, the spaces between the doors and the fitting of all of the upholstery and sort of general manufacturing teething problems. Yeah, I did see the Kona. I mean, I use mine a lot. I've only had mine 2 weeks and I'm up to 800 miles already, so... But yeah, I wasn't even worried about that. I think if you're doing long journeys at the moment, something like a Leaf isn't going to be practical for you unless you can plug it in, you know, when you get to where you are. But something like a Tesla, what's that, 300 miles they've got as their standard? You know, where do you need to drive that's more than that? Kona's got massive battery life, hasn't it? It's got battery life management as well. They were talking about it heating up the battery and cooling it down and various other things. Right, I'm getting distracted talking about bloody EVs. Whoa, and clearly getting distracted doing that. Okay, this one's done as well. Let's get this one tested. I did, on the other one I've just done, I did take the microphone off because I have had problems in the past with those ones. So I just removed it at the start and then we'll put it back on later. But I'll probably come back to that one tomorrow. $250 to $300. That's crazy, that is. They're only going to get better. It's definitely the way forward. The power in them is unreal. I mean, I know they're not necessarily powerful past, you know, the 90 and 100 mark, but it's rare that you're ever going to need to do that. I mean, not that I ever do that anyway. Yes! Yeah, from the standing start, yeah, you can't beat EVs. But yeah, I seen that Rivian truck the other day. It looks sick. Do you know, I wouldn't even buy a truck normally, but that one looks absolutely... Yeah, I was impressed by it. Especially the tech as well inside it. I know 3 seconds in a pickup. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be putting my foot down in that. Saying that though, it's probably got a low centre of gravity. It probably sticks to the road like no one's business. But yeah, it looks sick as well, doesn't it? 400-mile range. Jesus. Yeah, I've seen some British dude promoting it. I mean, that's a good thing there. You know, America, that's manufactured by an American company in America. You know, that's only good for the world that stuff's being manufactured like that in places where normally they'd farm it out. Now, I'm hoping the UK, we're going to get some companies spring up over here once we leave the EU. Maybe they'll give incentives for companies and technologies like that over here, maybe tax levies or something to sort of attract that type of engineering and ingenuity. You know, I think a lot of countries farm their stuff out to places like China and, you know, the Middle East and places like that. And it's not good for the country because you're going to become reliant on other countries. And not only that, you're not innovating anything. You're not pushing the world forward. We've got companies over here that make chips and stuff that not many people know about, but other than that... Alright, let me concentrate. Right, what's going on here? Trying to get this flex cable to go in. Right, let's disconnect it up this end. Messed that up. That looks okay. Let me just check that I haven't melted that. No, it's just this cable for some reason. Right, there we go. Yeah, flat front end. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, the first car ever made was battery powered. You know, a lot of people don't realise that. But it was just before the combustion engine had been, you know, they were just trying to get to grips with it. It looks melted, that does, but I don't remember putting any heat on with this here. Oh, no, I did, yeah, to get this off. Silly boy. Very silly. I'll address that in a sec. Let's see if it charges. Yeah, I've seen those new, the new battery cells. They can just cut up. Ah, okay. So yeah, okay. That's what you get when you talk and do work. Okay. Let's just see if it connects, and then we'll deal with that in a sec. So it was completely dead before, so let's just see if we've got any signs of life whatsoever. Oh, nothing so far, that's not great. Let's change this lead, and then I will check the lead that I slightly melted. That's what you get for trying to heat the tape up nicely with 250 degrees. Probably shouldn't do that. Ah, just a lead. Never doubted myself. Okay, so that should display something. In a sec, we've got the little flashing light down the bottom. It's drawing 1.12 amps. So, just wait to see if that actually posts. Yeah, good enough. Yeah, I am going to push that charge port down. It's because it's one of those charge ports that sits sort of horizontal to it, so, and you don't want to push too much down on the board when you're kind of suspending it. Put too much pressure on. Stop it from flexing. Okay, where are we at? Okay, as far as I can tell, that's part of the touch connector, so it still should definitely display. Somebody answer the phone. Okay. Let's just see if I can...
Are you waiting for a printer?
A printer?
Yeah.
What do you mean a printer?
Small, all-in-one space and time printer.
No, I haven't ordered a printer.
So it's no, you've not ordered a printer. No? No, it wasn't an order.
Is that Sophie?
Yeah, maybe Sophie, mate, yeah. Alright, mate.
Oh dear.
Yeah, once arrived.
What, and he said someone's actually ordered it from the company?
Yeah, someone's ordered a printer on the drive, so he's wondering if anyone had ordered it. You know what I mean?
Who's been ordering printers? Okay. Well, let's just see if this boots. Well, something's going on with the LCD on that one. It's charging though. Well, I'll come back to that later. That's definitely not... Yeah, I'm thinking that. I'm going to leave it on charge in the background. But yeah, that's now flat, so no big deal. We'll leave that just off camera. I'll see if I've got anything else to play with on live stream. Probably have. I've got a few other repairs I need to do though. Too boring for doing live stream. Right, that's that. That can go off to one side. Put that on top. Okay, waiting for the password for the 5S. Google Pixel. Nope. Where are we at? LG. What you got to say for yourself, LG? Ah, so the guy who left us recently, he's put... Oh, no life. Okay, so that's a candidate. Okay, we've got a Tabby charge port. I thought I'd seen someone. I thought I'd seen one with no signs of life. Let me just have a look. Ah, okay. So yeah, let's do this one. This one has just been sent to me with no signs of life. So that's all I know. Luke Furman joined. Hello, Luke. Long time no see. Okay. Let's see. No signs of life. Right, it's starting to look like one of those repair videos you see from India, where the guy's just working under a pile of old repairs. So let's take this apart. Soccer. beast nail in that. Okay, so that's got a good quality screen on there. So that's always a good start when you see the screen completely popping out of the frame. Let's have a look at the condition of this so far. It's had a repair done before. I mean, that looks like my work, to be honest, because any of these corners that get bent out, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. Yeah, can you see how that's been filed off? Now you can see from this sort of dent in here, that was stoved in, stopping the screen from going in. So what I've done is I've bent it out with a tool I made. So I took a pair of pliers, chopped the end off, and one end you keep flat, and if you can see that, and then the other end's got a curve on it. So what you do, hold that on the side like that, and then you just roll for the corners, or you use the flat end to pinch the aluminium out. So yeah, obviously then you get frayed bits. I'll shave it down. I'm pretty much sure I'm not the only person in the world who's done that, but there's a good chance in this area I'm one of the only people who do that. Shouldn't have said that before I'd opened it. Well, it looks like the an original screen. Maybe it's just been bashed about too much. Bashed about. Where's my screwdriver gone, man? Okay. I'm gonna blame Ash. I'll say Ash has come in, stolen my screwdriver. Definitely not this screwdriver here. Yeah, no, looking at the indicators, original battery, water indicators look good, but then, you know, they could have been changed. Okay, that's now quite a lot of the time. See if the peckers have been knocked off. It looks like straight away. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so there you go, that there, that's not going to help. But that shouldn't cause no signs of life. I mean, that's just going to cause erratic battery spikes and stuff, so can't see. Okay, yeah, good point. I should probably flick the camera over so you can see. Cheers for that, Ray. See, this is always good, you know, when someone's actually watching your stream, so you don't go back and go, oh shit, I didn't change any of the cameras. Yeah, I've just done it. Okay, so yeah, you can see here, I think this is SWI over here. I might be wrong, I don't see enough of them to know exactly which one's which, but it shouldn't cause no signs of life. So there we are, classic technician damage. But I'm guessing that's not the reason it was booked in, because it would have had to been damaged before. So where's the, is it the 7? 7 on the SC, isn't it? 3. Okay, let's see what's happening. Switch back over. So whack it on DC. So this has got a 0.24, so that's a 240 milliamp draw straight off the bat. So if we plug that in again, we've got no short. As soon as we boot, 2.4. Okay, that says to me it's stuck in DFU mode, so let's find out. Let's just see if anything comes up on the computer, because if it's not stuck in DFU mode, I think that's 1v8, maybe 1v8, I don't know. Oh, it'd be great if I had an eidetic memory. I could store all of the information I learn, recall it when I need to. Okay, as it stands, we've got no reaction with the computer. Just leave it a sec. Yeah, I'm getting no reaction with the computer. And we've still got the 0.23, so that's a really specific draw. Okay, I'm pretty sure. Right, let's take this apart and have a look at 1v8. I'm just going to check that section there. Let's get up ZXW. Oh, the Nexus is still charging well, so that's always good news. So we have got the SE, so iPhone SE. Let's get this up. I'm not going to bother switching this over because I'm just going to have a look and see what line that is. That's VC BAT. That's fine. It's not ideal knocking it off, but it's not going to cause any issues. So, where is PP 1v8? I know you're around the NAND somewhere. Show yourself. Have you got 1v8 on there? A lot of 3 volt lines. There we go, 1v8. Okay, let me flick back over. Okay, I definitely need to eat. Okay, we're going to check 1v8 and then I'm probably going to sign off and grab something to eat. Do a couple of more house repairs and I might come back to this. Because if it's not 1v8, I'm not sure what it's going to be. What we do know is it's got a problem with the power rail after VC BAT and VC main. So that rules out those two, but unfortunately it opens the gate for every other power rail. My suspicions are because I believe 200 milliamps or 1900 milliamps is DFU mode. My suspicions are that if it's around that, it's going to be something to do with the NAND, and that's on the secondary boot line. Well, I call it secondary boot line, I don't know what it's called, but power rails that turn on second. Okay, so we're just going to get the board out of this and have a look at that line. Because if it's, I think I've had it in the past where it's had a short, so hopefully if there's a short, nice easy fix. If it's not, it goes to the back of the bitch slap conveyor belt for another day. Killed that iPhone SE yet, Ash? There's still time. There is time. A sea killer. Sounds like something you'd hear on CSI. Like the Croydon cat killer, who turned out to be a fox. Yeah, they spent £4 million, the Met Office did. Yeah, £4 million to do an investigation, and the investigation concluded that it was most likely foxes, judging by CCTV footage and puncture wounds and, you know, foxes. Yeah, it's the teeth marks that give it away. Well, they said they originally thought the teeth marks, the pathologist, the cat pathologist. I didn't even know that was a thing. I don't. Where'd you get a job as an animal pathologist? You know, who's doing murder investigations for animals? Or is it just, you know, or is it, you know, like, is that just a vet thing? That I thought you just go to the vet and they say, yeah, it died because of this, or it's dying because of this. I didn't know there was a post-mortem or anything going on after it. It just, who's paying for that? I mean, I know people love their pets and stuff, but come on. Anyway, the pathologist said that he thought the teeth marks were from them being carried by foxes after, but then they got a fox expert in, which probably should have done in the first place. Yeah, and he said no, they're actually attack wounds because the wounds were consistent with being shaken, and you wouldn't pick up a dead cat and shake it. That was his. He was like, you would though if it was, you know, if you were fighting it, there'd be signs of a struggle. So yeah, first they got a pathologist in, then they've obviously got like a cat detective in, a cat murder detective. Oh, we've got to take this whole back shielding off. Oh. Is there 1v8 outside of the back shielding? I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this. Ah, yes there is. Look at that. Oh. I'll take it back. So yeah, Croydon cat killer, not a thing. But there was loads when they were talking about it. There was like hundreds of cats. So people's cats were going missing, and then they were like, "It's the Croydon cat killer, murdering my cats." See you later, Ray. Yeah, me too, mate. You what? The Birmingham bus seat sniffer. Oh, Christian knew this guy up in where he used to live in. Oh, where was it? Wigan. Did he hug people? Did he hug men? Like a stranger'd go up to like bear hug, but the guy was a monster, you know what I mean? He was like Lenny. Is that put the rabbit down, Lenny? It was either that or he'd pinch blokes' bums. No, he'd compliment their legs, like, and their arms, yeah, how buff they looked. And touch their biceps. He'd ask to go up and touch people's biceps. And he's like, oh, I'll have to look him up in a minute. Want to buy a fur coat? Yeah. Ray's selling fur coats. Are they cat? Cat by any chance? Yeah. Fresh in from Croydon. We've got the new Tabby range. Okay, so we've got the second cap in. Ah, okay, so that's answered my question there. So, looking at this, there's no short on 1v8. Okay, let's have a look at a few more lines. Let's look at 5v7. At this point, I'm now guessing, so 5v7 looks good. I'm going to just quickly have a look through where are we at? The backlight circuit. Okay, where's the screen on this? What is? So that's touch. Okay, so this one over here. Virgo's for sale, classic. Yeah, it was funny though, because I was listening to all of, like, you know, when they interview people on the street, and they were like, yeah, we reckon it's the Chinese. And then another dude going, oh, whoever it is, he's sick. Yeah. You just order it from the internet. You're not going to go and start hunting them on the streets of London, are you? I mean, how tasty are they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cat burgers. 1, 2, 3, 4. I reckon it probably tastes rank. Okay, so PP3V0 is good. I mean, this could be software. Let's go down through. Let's test backlight, because I'm pretty sure backlight can stop it from booting. PP3, we've got 3 volt, we've already done PP3. Okay, so now we've got PP3V there. So, okay. 1V8, we've already got 1V8. Okay, PP, what's this? Okay, so PP2V. 2V8 front cam. Don't think it's going to be 2V8 front cam, but how many are we down there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hey. Oh yeah, I need to do this through the camera. Yeah. Let's flick over to camera. Flick over to camera. Did I say 9? 9 down. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What the hell's going on there? Yeah, well, what's going on with my reader? Let's go back here. I've got a reading from you. Yeah, you're not reading. Why aren't you reading? Okay, diode mode. Am I on not ground? What the freaking hell's going on? Ah, here we go. So not ground apparently. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so that one's good. I'm just going to go through this whole line. Ground. Six, 3. Ground.
Well, it's just when we've got one because I have an iPhone, so I've got that little mini one with that connected. Yeah, I just don't have that to charge it. Well, it's the Huawei. Yeah.
Yeah, let's open mine on us. But It is the LCD connection, so there is going to be open line. Okay. Okay, so I don't know with this one. Let's just try VC main anyway. Just. No, these two are VC main. That looks pretty normal up there. Let's try VC. Bat VC. Bat VC looks normal. So, I think what I'm going to do is stop the stream, because I don't know what's going on with this one. We're gonna, where are we at? Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna stop the stream. We're gonna have, I'll come back to this one because I'll probably stick this in a drawer and come back to it. Maybe do a little bit of research, find out what that is. It's pretty specific, so it's going to be related to. Okay, let's just look up. Okay, so 700 milliamp. Okay, nothing stands out straight away. Okay, let's try 5S because they're almost the same. I've definitely come across this problem before, I know that much. Okay, so these ones I can't. Yeah, I think let's just call this because I'm hungry and I'm not sure what's wrong with that. So this is just going to be me, you know, doing research, which is not the best for a live stream. So let's go over this one here. Okay, so this is the Nexus. Okay, so if we look here, we've got the charge symbol on that one. So that one is pulling 1.4, so the Nexus is all done. So, and right. Okay, so let's call that it. I'm getting distracted by customers in the shop, and yeah, that's it. Well, I might come back online later, I don't know. But anyway, thanks for watching. As always, like and subscribe. If you've got any questions, just leave them in the comments below. Thanks very much. See you later.